got to work on our loading and unloading.
Alright, welcome aboard! Well, my name's Chris. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on board the bus with Portland Rising. What's Portland Rising all about? This actually is our 4th fabulous action for Portland Rising. Who's been on other Portland Rising actions? Well, we're not creating jobs in this country. We're cutting the social safety net to pieces at a time when we need it the most. So we're bringing all these issues together, and that's what Portland Rising is all about.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we're going to be going to First Student now, supporting the bus drivers who drive children to and from school.
Hi there, I'm the Vice President of the Union Local Chapter 204, and we've been trying for a contract since 2010. First Student has refused to negotiate with us.
Clearly say, give the drivers their back pay.
The Labor Board clearly say, give the drivers back pay.
Here in support of the drivers at First Student. You know, we know that they're struggling for a decent contract. We know that they voted a union in almost a year ago. We'll tell you who we are in a minute. We're the community. And we want to let you know that we want very much for you guys to negotiate a fair contract. We know that there have been 9 unfair labor practices. We want to have a lawful society. We know that there are 9 unfair labor practices, including back pay order that has never been back, you know, the workers have not received their back pay. So we are very, very strong. We want you to know that these negotiations are not happening behind closed doors away from the community. We are the community. You'll hear who we are. And we will stand with the drivers until they get a fair contract.
Driver, Isabel Nordstrom.
Okay, I want to just thank you all for coming and supporting us.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Just trying to cover some of the information here. If there was something that we would want to tell these people to do, what would we tell them to do? What would be one of the demands that these workers want, that you would tell the community to call these people and tell them?
That they want to have industry standards.
Industry standards.
Yes, for their work. You know, they want to be able to have, you know, living income jobs.
Okay.
You know, they want to be able to, you know, be able to afford health care, be able to afford to put money away for retirement.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. What would be the one thing that we want to tell this management here? If I was going to call down there and say, hey, I support the strike or the solidarity of the workers, give them.
Well, we deserve the money, the raise, and our back pay also.
Back pay and a raise.
I mean, I'm going on 5 years and I've got only 1 raise. That's not very good, you know. And the way they think about freezing wages is not right. I don't think it's right.
I don't think they'll let us borrow our buses if we're going to come harass them again.
Bus number 1 says, whoop, whoop.
Do they have tamales? Tamales are that way.
This is July, and really welcome you to this new abode in East County. So I'm going to just say there are 3 newborn organizing committees working on different projects.
So the home care workers for SEIU Local 503, I was just going to take you through a little bit what we've been going through.
I'm an organizer with Oregon School Employees Association. I've had the pleasure of working with the bus drivers for the last 2 years. during their
Okay, we are going to try and have a brief rally. We're going to go inside and deliver messages to Nick Fish and to Mayor Adams.
And what we're doing, we take houseless people off the sidewalk and put them in tents for at least 12 hours a day to get decent rest. But now, I guess City Hall, the city officials, Nick Fish and Dan Saltzman, they angry because they didn't come up with the idea first.
Work at the Maintenance Bureau, and we've been taking cuts for the last 10 years. This year, they're pulling $15 to $16 million cut on us, which is 15% cut.
My name's Eric Payne. I work for the Parks Department in Portland, and they're looking at a few million to several $1 million in cuts too. And I think it ties in directly into what you were talking about, because it's a basic service. It's injustice and equity of where the cuts are going. They're going to shut bathrooms in parks, which I know a lot of the homeless people, every day I interact. I know many on a first name basis. They're in the parks. It's the only place that they have to use the bathroom to wash their hands. It's also the place where many of my friends who just the other night I was playing poker with a mailman that every day or every month or so he asks, "Are you guys closing the bathrooms?" Because that's where he goes when he's on his route.
On-site workers for one management. And that's what we see the city doing. They're maintaining upper-end management, supervisors, etc. at the cost of the working staff. Like Maintenance Bureau is the same way. So not only are we speaking out for services, we're speaking out for the union labor that's doing all the work.
And they're threatening to close this post office. The Postmaster General wants to close thousands of post offices. He said he wants to eliminate days of delivery. He wants to close half the mail sorting facilities. He wants to eliminate door-to-door delivery and curbside delivery and eliminate half the workforce, hundreds of thousands of living wage union jobs. Hand up those Valentines. Show your postal workers. Show ED some love. Yeah. Bring them up front. Bring them up front to him. All right.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming down here today. I appreciate everybody showing up. I'm Kevin Card, President of the Oregon State Association of Letter Carriers, and I want to let you know a few simple facts. The Postal Service is not broke.
Can I see your sign there? Oh, okay, good. And what's the main point, or what do you guys want? Are you with that group?
I went with that group. Yeah, our union represents, the Laborers Local 483 represents workers, City of Portland, Maintenance Bureau, Parks Bureau, who are, these cuts are aimed squarely at them, and they're the ones who provide the essential services
Hey,
to the community.
483, you're on.
483, we're here on behalf of the cuts that we're having in the city.
Yeah.
We won't stand for it. We're going to stand in unity.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate all the help we're getting at the table with labor to get through this budget crisis.
You should be coming from the 1% to serve the 99%. And the last thing you should be doing is cutting jobs during a recession, because that's throwing fuel on the fire. And the last thing you should be doing is making it hard for people who are trying to take care of themselves to not be able to do it.
Amen.
And unless you change your opinion, we're going to be back here. This is just wrong. It's entirely wrong.
So, thank you.
Come up with a solution. It's a win-win sit.
And you know what y'all put us in.
There, 8 years ago, we had 4 VPs. We now have over 30. 4 hired last week after he announced 400 full-time layoffs, which actually equates to about 650 employees. I'm one of them who lost my job.
Yeah, it's really bad over there. We have 30 less employees in housekeeping, but we still have the same amount of supervisors.
Oh, geez.
Patient care. Layoffs just ain't fair. It's about patient care. Layoffs just ain't fair. It's about patient care. Layoffs just ain't fair. It's about patient care. Layoffs just ain't fair. It's a care. Layoffs just ain't fair. It's about patient care. Layoffs just ain't fair.
And there was a lot of, hold on. The woman came down and she said, "Are you George Brown's secretary?" She said, "No, I'm not." Then she left.
People who can most easily afford it, namely, you know, all these millionaire CEOs.
At the top end.
Yeah. It is a non-profit. You know, the CEOs, you know, makes over $1 million a year. We have a CEO that retired 7 years ago. He's still pulled in $500,000, you know, in 2010. And if you're on a VP or board of directors, you're making at least $250,000, and they're still appointing new people in those positions.
Hey, that wasn't very well advertised, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out by surprise. Avida, it's owned by the same owner that owns Dosha.
Dosha Hawthorne. It's Sarah. Hi, Marder.
I'm Ms. Swallow's support staff, and we are going to Aveda Institute of Portland, which is also owned by the same owner of Dosha. He is also the happy recipient of the Scrooge Award this year. And we get our employee back who was unlawfully fired for having union activity or being part of the union. And we also get the surveillance cameras down that are in our break rooms and looking at us while we're eating. Boo!
Good.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Contract! When do we want it? Now! Yes!
The health care that's provided, you have to understand what you're taking those huge loans out for, and when you're done with this school, how much you're going to have to pay out of the small paycheck that you're going to get from Dosha. That's right. So you need to understand that that's what we're fighting for, is to make sure you have a voice at work, and is to make sure that you care about you. We care about you. We care about you.
We're not in there, right? We'll get for 2 minutes, a couple of minutes.
I'll do it. We left.
You guys were there for like 20 minutes.
No, that is just not true. You know.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know
5
what?
minutes.
Let me just talk to these two people, okay? Because you guys are here like laughing and scoffing.
No, it's not true. We're not.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So we're just gonna meet up and march a block down to the Dosha salon and make a statement there, and then we're gonna head back.
First thought is I really see very clearly the enemy that the workers at Dosha are up against. Those people are really, you know, they really push, and you can see what exactly what the whole Dosha fight is about.
There he is. We can see your greedy side. Dosha, Dosha, you can't hide. We can see your greedy side. Dosha, Dosha, you can't hide. We can see your greedy side. No peace. No peace.
You've got to be brave. You've got to be bold. Are you brave?
Yes.
Are you bold?
Yes.
Brave.
Brave. Bold. Bold. Brave. Brave.